Hello and welcome to a new video of Hey Grunche. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 books that have really influenced my way of thinking. And it was quite difficult to choose these 5 books, but I have this list. It's next to me. I chose 5 books from the bookshelf behind me, and I'll tell you a little bit about these books, why I think you should read them, and how they have influenced my thinking in a way. It has been quite a while that I have finished all these books. The most recent one that I finished is at the bottom, so I'll come to that in that order. So let's get started. I'll pick up the first book. It's called *Sapiens* by Yuval Noah Harari. He is a professor of history at the University of Jerusalem in Israel. And it's, as the book says, it's a brief history of humankind. So the book gives you insight into how we as humans have evolved in the 100,000 years approximately, and how far we have come from being hunter gatherers to establishing agrarian societies to living in cultures. And one really important concept that I found interesting in this book is the continuous battle between biology and culture. So I remember a quote from this book from Yuval Noah Harari that it's I don't exactly know the exact wordings of it, but it says that biology kind of enables and culture forbids. So it's quite interesting. If you want to know a history of humankind, it talks a lot about how far we have come in our journey. And this brings me to the next book, also from the same author, and it's a continuation of *Sapiens*. It's called *Homo Deus*. So where *Sapiens* talks about a brief history of humankind, so in the past, *Homo Deus* talks about a brief history of tomorrow. So from being hunter gatherers to having living in agrarian societies, establishing settlements, and with all the knowledge and data that is available, the author has written this book, *Homo Deus*, where he talks about how our future is going to be with technology. He talks about superhumans, cyborgs, so a mix of artificial intelligence and human intelligence, and how technology is going to shape our life. So it's quite interesting. There's also a third book. I have read like half of it. I'm busy reading that one. It's called 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. And that goes even further, giving details about like our life, living our life with technology. Um, it really forces us to ask questions, like both of these books. What I want to do is that read out one or two quotes, and that's the reason I'm having my computer here with me. So I don't have to remember the quotes myself. It was also quite difficult. So from yeah, *Sapiens*, there's one quote that really inspired me. So yeah, it's interesting to know that *Sapiens*, both these books I was reading when uh, I was at a point of quitting my job, and we started with Hey Grunche, giving cooking workshops, telling people about the health benefits of eating a plant-based diet. But coming to the quote, which really struck with me because it couldn't have come at a better time, and it says how many young college graduates have taken demanding jobs in high-powered firms, vowing that they will work hard to earn money that will enable them to retire and pursue their real interests when they are 35. But by the time they reach that age, they have large mortgages, children at school, houses in the suburbs that necessitate at least 2 cars. So if both husband and wife are working, you need 2 cars per family, and the sense of life that life is not worth living without really good wine and expensive holidays abroad. What are they supposed to do then? Go back to digging up roots? No, they just double their efforts and keep slaving away. This quote really struck with me. I think I'm curious what you guys think about it, like this book, if you have read it. Um, and there's one more quote that I found really interesting. Is how do you cause people to believe in an imagined order, such as religion, democracy, or capitalism? uh, First, you never admit that the order is imagined. So again, coming to the point of culture versus biology, biology enables and culture forbids. So yeah, in culture we have so many things around us that you'll for sure be forced to think about, and after reading both of these books, so really highly recommended. This brings me to the third book that's yeah, on a very different topic. It's called, I think maybe you recognize it from the cover, The Intelligent Investor, known as, yeah, the Bible for investors. It's a book where yeah, most investors swear upon. Uh, and yeah, the biggest thing I took from this book is about value investing, because yeah, it says also here it's the classic text on value investing. It tells you all about what value investing is. So you really have to read this book if you yeah, if you plan to start investing. I would really recommend you to go ahead with this. And yeah, if you want to just grow financially, and it also has some lessons on philosophy, I would say, because yeah, with every book I like to do a story, and yeah, this story comes from this book. So it talks about a fictitious character called Mr. Market. Mr. Market is someone who comes to your door every day and says your house is worth this amount of money, would you like to sell? So one day he's saying that your house is worth less than you really thought, and the other day yeah, he's naming a price that is higher than the market value. But the reason is, what will you sell the house at a lower price? If Mr. Market came and says that everyone is panicking, would you then leave? And for most people, that would be no, because it's a house that has a lot of value, because they are really using it, they are living in it. And the same goes for a lot of investments, that you really have to find the real value of investments and not get carried away by public opinion, by what the markets are doing, and do your own research, do your own due diligence to find out what the real value for that particular stock or any kind of investment is for you. And it really helped me in my investment journey. It helped me calm my nerves. So now we are moving towards a recession. Like many people out there, I also have investments in different yeah, kind of, yeah, stocks. So yeah, it's whenever yeah, someone panics and they have read The Intelligent Investor, go back to the basic principles that will really help you in also tough times. So yeah, this is the third book. I'll just keep it here next to the first two. And yeah, then let's move to the next one that really had an influence on my thinking. And this and the next book are from my study. So I got to know about these books while following a master's of economics at the University of Wageningen here in Netherlands. And this book is called Population: An Introduction to Concepts and Issues by John Weeks. It was in my course of demography. Demography is the study of population, and this book takes you into all kinds of things, that concepts regarding population, what is population studies, that is demography, and all the population trends that have been there, all the data that has been collected, what they are telling us, how the trends are going to be. There's a lot of data in this book. I'll put the link below to a summary or video of this book, where someone has summarized this in a really nice way. I'm not going to go into detail, but one chapter that really caught my eye was the last chapter of this book, Population and Sustainability. where they talk about, where John Weeks talks about all the per capita ecological footprint of different countries. And yeah, I was really amazed by that, seeing that big countries such as where I come from, India, have a really low footprint, sometimes 15 times less than developed countries per person. And yeah, it really, yeah, again, about asking questions where we want to go regarding sustainable development, and how also uh, we should try to tackle climate change. These are some concepts to think about. Really interesting book to read. Uh, yeah, I'll put this on the side, which brings me to a really interesting book. I saved this one for the last. It's called The Hungry Planet. It's also related to what we do. So, together with Daniela, I also read this book. There's actually not a lot to read because there are a lot of pictures, as you can see on the front page. There's pictures of families with the food that they eat in a week. So Peter and Faith, they're a couple, and they travel around the world, and they are yeah, filming, or yeah, they are doing interviews, and they picture people with a week worth of groceries. So what they eat in a week, people put on the table, and then they are just standing yeah, behind the table. And it's a collection of pictures ranging from America, Germany, countries like Bhutan, Turkey, India, Australia, you name it, like they have been there. And yeah, it's like yeah, it's quite interesting to see what people around the world are eating. Like, you really, I will not show you the pictures inside, but you can see like on the cover how different it is. Like, here you see a family in Africa on the left hand corner, like my left. And you see, like, they have a lot of grains, so a lot of beans, different kind of beans, almost no plastic, some fruit, um, but that's basically it. No meat as well, because in Africa, a lot of countries, meat is a luxury. So it's quite an interesting book if you want to see what the world eats, ranging from, yeah, all different continents, different countries. And yeah, you really see in some countries, like developed countries mainly, you have people eating a lot of processed stuff, while some countries, they are not getting all the nutrients because yeah, they don't have enough fruits and vegetables available. Like, they are poor families and they cannot afford a lot of healthy things. And also the amounts of money that people are spending on in a week, it really ranges from tens of dollars to like hundreds of dollars in a week. And that's a big difference. So yeah, there are a bit, like, some people behind the book, like, you always have a description. So the Publishers Weekly says that while the photos are extraordinary, fine enough for a standalone volume, it's the questions these photos ask that make this book so gripping. This is a beautiful, quietly provocative volume. 30 families, 24 countries, 600 meals, and one extraordinary book. So, uh, if you're interested in food, of course, check out our channel. But yeah, also buy this book. It's really interesting to see what people around the world are eating. So yeah, that brings me to the end. And yeah, that was the video. So yeah, these are the 5 books that really have influenced my way of thinking, ranging from Sapiens, Homo Deus, History of Humankind, from a historian's perspective, a really well-known historian, History of Tomorrow, a bit about finance and value investing. Like, there's also a bit of philosophy, as I said in this book, about the value that we assign to things, and not the price that really matters. Population, the study of demography. And the last one, but not the least, The Hungry Planet, gives you beautiful insight into people's living rooms, people's yeah, weekly groceries, which they have put all across their living room, in the dining room, that is. So yeah, let me know which book of these is your favorite from what I told you, or if you have read anyone, which one you like. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel or like this video if you liked it. And any other book recommendations would be welcome, because we both love reading. And yeah, this is the list of 5 books, and hopefully we'll come with more. We are also curious about if you have such a list. We'll see you in another video, and wish you a nice day ahead. And hopefully, yeah, you'll read a book today. So now, we'll see you next time. Bye.